When manufacturers aren't introducing brand new vehicles to fill the nooks and crannies that remain between segments, they're altering the sizes and shapes of existing models to better fit the boundaries that have solidified since those cars were first introduced. With the all-new 2018 Equinox, Chevrolet is doing the latter. The new Equinox has been downsized to more closely align with other compact SUVs such as the Honda CR-V, the Mazda CX-5, the Ford Escape, and the Toyota RAV4, and in the process the Chevy has become a much better vehicle. Chevrolet's previous generation Equinox, which debuted in 2009 and ran all the way through the 2017 model year, was nothing if not sedate. It served its purpose well enough but did so devoid of enthusiasm. Engines with peak torque high in the rev range paired with automatic transmissions that upshifted too early made for a lethargic combination on the road. The new 2018 model wants to suppress those memories with a revamped engine lineup. The base, turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4 with its modest 170 horsepower might trigger flashbacks, but the optional 2.0-liter turbo that replaces the previous 3.6-liter V6 as the step-up choice has much more life, and it pairs with a new 9-speed automatic transmission that is smooth and well programmed. The 2.0's output reaches 252 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 260 lb-ft of torque at 2,500 RPM versus the previous V6's 301 horses at 6,500 RPM and 272 lb-ft at 4,800 RPM. The lower power peaks make more sense for a small SUV that'll likely spend most of its time tooling around town. It's better when the oomph is easily accessible. Finger on the button. Boosted engines can have turbo lag, and, put to the floor in the Equinox, there's a definite pause before the bowstring is released. And when it is, there's a noticeable amount of torque steer, because all-wheel drive Equinoxes like the one we drove default to front drive by decoupling the rear axle in the interest of fuel economy. If the car senses wheel slippage, it triggers an alert on the instrument cluster suggesting that the driver switch to all-wheel drive, which is accomplished by pressing a button on the center console. One need not come to a stop to engage the rear axle, and once the button is pressed, all-wheel drive will remain engaged even if the car is turned off and restarted. Engaging the AWD system also cures the torque steer, but in either mode the 2.0T feels legitimately quick, significantly more so than the 1.5T. The steering is nicely weighted with appropriate heft. There's a small amount of play on center, which can make for somewhat vague turn-in, but is good for relaxed freeway cruising, yet the car responds faithfully to inputs without feeling disconnected. The new Equinox feels far more